Pfizer or Fiserv?
Fiserv.
Let's just say the symbol FI.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go with that.
Okay, then the information technology industry, 1.2% short on the float, nothing problem there. And institutional ownership, 94%. We do see PE ratio 30.5 above the industry at 27.5, while price to sales are high, 4.8 versus 1.5. Price to book value of 3.7 versus 4.4. Price to cash flow 15.4 versus 30.2. That's the best thing I've seen yet. No PEG ratio on the company. We do see over the last year, earnings were up 6%, almost double the industry at 3.1. Sales up 6.6%, not as good as the industry at 9.7. Well, this is strange. The 5-year growth rate on the earnings estimate from the analysts, a negative 65.8% versus 1.9% for the industry. So that's disappointing that they think the earnings are going to decline. Would not want to buy a company with declining earnings. Look at the balance sheet. Current ratio 1.1 versus 1.6. That's okay. Debt to equity 1.1, same as the industry. A lot of intangible assets on the balance sheet here, 59.1%. The industry is at 41.4, but intangible assets can be written down and cause you problems. Net profit margin is good, 15.7 versus 7. Return on equity 12.5 versus 20. We do like to see that around 15 at least. And free cash flow, they do have free cash flow about $4.9 billion, about the same as the industry at $5 billion. What do you got, Chase?
Yeah, well, I was kind of curious on this company. The reason I wanted to look at it was, the whole talk of stablecoin. It appears they're trying to broaden their presence in that space, and they actually did sign partnerships with Circle and PayPal to further these efforts. So the shares actually jumped about 18% after that announcement, and I do see they also signed a deal with MasterCard. So, I mean, there's some kind of working material here for that stablecoin space from Fiserv. I was kind of curious too. I mean, they do some other stuff as well. Obviously, they do the payments. They have a company called Clover. I've seen them before. It's not as, I'm going to say, large to me as like Square or anything, but I believe that they're a competitor there. They're in security and fraud protection solutions, stored value solutions, software as a service. So, I mean, they have a bunch of different things. Normally, the summary is very easy to break down for what that business does. This company has a ton of different things going on. So, I don't want to have a little bit deeper of a look at how they make their money and really what are their profit engines at the end of the day. And also, too, sometimes somebody can say, yeah, we're doing a stable coin. And it's like, well, it's 1% of your business. It's not even going to make a difference. So, again, want to have a little bit more detail on what's going on with, again, Fiserv, ticker symbol FI. But looking at the numbers here, the current price is $172.33. I see the 52-week range. I mean, the stock actually has been hit quite hard. The low is $146.46 and the high $238.59. So we have seen a pullback from the highs. Going forward for the company, we go out to December 2026, estimated earnings per share here of $11.90. Gives a target sell of $197.54. So it's trading around 14.5 times future earnings. Not quite at that buy level. It would be a hold based off those valuations.
And actually, the earnings look pretty strong. There's 37 analysts. So the high is 1240, the low is 1109 to get to that 1190. So that's pretty tight range there. And we do expect some type of pullback coming up here. This could be, if we can learn how to pronounce the name correctly. I was even thinking maybe it's Fiserv. This could be a buy. You said forward PE is 14?
14.5.
14.5.
On a pullback, yeah.
Because generally a pullback happens. This would be in the tech side, which I think tech will get hit pretty hard. This could drop down maybe 20, 30, 40%, and all of a sudden, hey, great buy on this company.
I would be curious. I mean, are they kind of in that space of competitors of, PayPal and Square, now Block? I mean, is that who they compete against? I'm not quite sure. I mean, that space has become a little bit more flooded. So I think there is a lot more competition. I'd be a little bit concerned with that. I mean, you talk about a firm and, the kind of buy now, pay later firms. I mean, there's a lot going on within that space. So that would be a concern I would have looking at this business as well.
Yeah, a lot of research to do there before you invest in this company. Possible.